Welcome back. Let's delve yet again into the Shattered Isles. Uh, the Ruff Ryders are still in Valerio, and after last time, uh, Dandy put on quite a performance for Torkel Three Lips, the leader of the alley dogs of Valerio. They're similar. They seem to be like the local thieves guild of sorts. And after quite a performance with the chattering snake skull, he
Forgot I
has
did that.
he's wowed them into allowing access to their prisoner slash captive that um, they know of because of the Silver Chalice um, conference crawl that they had with the other people who are working for V, the mysterious V, and so they're off to find out more about this in hopes to maybe find a cure or who knows what else. But let's get right to it. So after that performance, Torkel is taking the Rough Riders down into the tunnels, and they venture forth, and it's pretty well lit as they go along, and they get back. They get to a tunnel system that seems like it used to be part of perhaps the sewer system of the town or whatnot, but it's been blocked off on the other sides, so it just has the one access point. And as they approach, they see two dwarves standing guard, both with shaved beards, and it's like the smoothest shave you've ever seen. Um, they found out. I think they found out last time that Torkel kind of enchant shaves anyone who disobeys the alley dogs, so they are permanently defamed as a dwarf. So as they're walking up, they see Nura standing over the prisoner with a knife drawn. It looks like she's been trying to extract some information in the in a pretty intense way. So Beno is looking pretty rough. All right. So, Rough Riders, what's the course of action?
Well, we got to go talk to this Venno guy.
Vinny.
Beno.
I can't remember what I was doing.
Looking up your weapon, what it did, or something of the sort.
Well, yeah, that I know. I meant like with Venno.
Okay. So what you learned from the conference call um, back when you were in Gronst in that whole situation was that Benno was trying, like he was in charge of controlling Valerio to like keep the people there under wraps and whatnot. And his method for control was the plague, but unfortunately, the plague was pretty swiftly handled because of the how the city is run and having all the different factions that work on their very focused. I don't know. Anyways, there's all the factions are very focused on what they do, so they were able to uh, cohesively control the infection before it was widespread enough to like completely debilitate the town. So they with the quarantine area there, his city is not really under control as much as he'd want, and they're already like the result of that is that they're already starting wanting to venture out. Like so, the king is offering rewards for factions that venture off in their boats and come back with information of other cities and settlements that are still established after the world shattered, because there hasn't been that much traveling. Like, they found Po Lance, and that's how the trade route started. But beyond that, they haven't explored too much more. So Benno has a very first-hand experience with this plague, and so the idea is that they wanted, like, Torkel wanted you to finish off Holgra, the woman in charge of the clinic, and obtain her notebook. And the idea is that he, I think after Ryguy read some thoughts, it was the idea that he wanted to create the cure for himself, and so that he can distribute it as he sees fit, whereas Holgra is more of the mindset to just freely administer it to anybody.
And we wanted to get to Benno to find out the magic that he used, because the magical component is the last thing that Holger needs.
Exactly, because Holger, like, while she's a master, like, apothecary, she has hit a dead end, and she feels like she's close. She feels like she's cured everything, but there's some missing element, and it's believed that Benno knows this missing element.
All right, team, we got to get this information to Benno.
Better.
Benno. All right, I'm gonna approach. I'm gonna approach him.
How dare you approach me? No, he doesn't say that. He's beaten
He's a
up.
prisoner. He can't say much of anything, right?
Yeah, he's got some cuts over him. It looks like he might have a couple broken bones. Nothing serious, but...
Does anyone want to go first, or you want me to start the interrogation?
Warm him up, Dandy. Let's see what you got.
All right. I'm gonna let me see.
So Torkel kind of nods off to Nura to, like, have her back off to let this group do what they want before she gets back to her work.
I'm gonna say, "Hey, Benno, I hear you're having a rough time of it because you're imprisoned by these dudes."
So you're trying to warm up to him, and he kind of, like, looks at you confused because you're the first non-dwarf that he has seen in this little dungeon. And he's like, "Please help me. Get me out of here."
Well, maybe I can help you out if you help me out, dude.
That's sexual.
No.
Benno gets down on 2 knees.
No. No, nothing like that, you weirdo. I want to know more about this disease you had a hand in getting spread in this town.
He's like, "Please, anything but that. Just ask me anything."
No, that's the one I want to ask. Hey, but if it makes you feel better, I'll play you a song to help ease your burden.
We'll see. Oh.
Yeah, I play "That's Me in the Corner, That's Me in the Spotlight, Losing My Religion."
All right. So he seems very comforted by this wonderful song, since he's been absent of any sort of artistic talent for years. He starts to cry, and he's like, I don't want to betray V. I don't know what they'll do to me."
Well, V's not going to be doing much to anybody pretty soon, so you should just help us out. We can keep you safe.
All right, so Torkel sees that you're bringing a totally different interrogation technique to the table, and he kind of pulls you aside, and he's like I don't want him to leave. I don't want this secret getting out. You know, if he has the answer for the cure, then I want that, and then we'll be done with him.
Well, how about this, Torgal? You keep doing what you do, and we'll see what results.
Hey,
Is that intimidation?
Yeah, sure. Not very good.
Like, man, the only reason you guys you're down here is to satisfy your god, and I don't feel like pissing off your god right now. But you can get the hell out if you're not happy.
Well,
with
let's ask my god then. All right, I'm gonna take out my god. Oh, behold, the snake shatter skull! It's become angry! Eat your insolent! You have upset it! Why have you done this, Torkel? Why have you done this to us? Why have you made him angry?
All right, so the skull is chattering like right in Torko's face, and he backs off and he steps towards the back, and he's like, fine, do whatever you need to. We're not getting anything out of him anyways. And Benno's like sitting there like creeped the fuck out, and the chatter skull, like, he set it down and it starts chattering his way over to Benno, and it's like starting to hop on. He's like, I'll tell you anything, just get this away from me.
All right, I'll make a scene like I'm trying to wrestle the skull back into my sack. It's like, I don't know if I'll be able to stop it next time, Benno. You better come clean about this magic element, or my god may consume you in his skull face.
All right, so Benno explains. He's like, the poison itself is actually very rudimentary. Like, it was designed for a specific purpose, specific cause. He's like, but the trick was that the water that we mixed in, it wasn't just the well water. Like, we were able to obtain this cursed water that was like more powerful than your like everyday holy water, and it's and by binding this poison to this cursed this magically cursed water, it prevented any sort of like typical medicinal techniques to change it, to alter its state. So the idea is that, like, it was meant to be resistant to anything that the people of Valerio could come up with.
All right, you did good, Benno. I managed to keep my god at bay. So, thank you for not bringing ruin upon us all.
All right, so roll a medicine check. Oh, damn. Okay, so like, having heard this about the cursed waters, and you believe that your goddess can overcome any sort of cursed water, and you believe that the water that you obtained from the well back when you
the pellets.
yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever?
When you were pretty much assigned like an agent of Eldith, like the water that you obtained there, as it is hers mystical healing water, you believe that this will overcome any sort of
Like if I put it in the location, drop it in or something.
Yeah, like if you
water.
use this with the cure that Holgra is working with, it should be enough to overcome that final element of the plague.
I share my thoughts with my team.
Sounds like we know what's up.
We know what's up, dog.
So Torkel's really impressed, and he's like, that's great. Just if you can go and take care of Holgra and bring back the journal here, we can start working on something right away with you guys' help.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that. We'll go and use our skills to get Volgra's journal and totally bring it back here.
You see him put his hand on his blade. He's like, you don't think I could be master of this guild and not recognize a lie when it's told straight to my face, do you?
Well, better ask my god.
Okay, he's like, okay.
Okay, I thought you were gonna make me do the roll.
Yeah, that's why performance checks in it a little bit.
Okay.
He's like, he like kind of rests his hand, like remembering, like as you were reaching to like pull the skull out. He's like he softens his grip, and he you can tell that he's trying to come up with something else. All right, so what's up? Where are the Ruff Ryders doing now?
Wait, so we have to get the journal, right? Isn't that the next step?
No. Okay. This is not in character. This is out of character. No. We're gonna go to Holgra and help her get the cure, and we're lying to these guys. We're not gonna help them because
okay.
they're not good guys. They're bad guys. And we're totally good guys. Right now.
I was gonna say that's not
Holgra the one with your sister?
Holgra is the one who has my sister, and then also Holgra is the one that will cure everyone. But Oracle Three Lips only wants to cure the people he likes, and it's like, I'll burn people alive, but I'm not gonna let them all die from this disease. That's different.
Well, we could just
everybody.
We could just sell the cure, and then get rich.
I like where your head's at.
We could be like Martin Shkreli and then just, jack up the price.
Buy the Wu-Tang album with the money.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going back to our girl to help her.
And so Torkel kind of pulls you aside before you go out, and he's like, listen, I don't imagine you'll be sticking around town for long, so I think you should help me out, and I'll help you out. I've got some influence around here, and I'm going to have a hell of a lot more influence if you can get me that cure. I will secure you a boat, and I'll even toss in some crewmen if you help me out. It'll take a couple days to get ready, but with the sort of influence that you can buy me, I can be done.
We'll have to discuss this.
We will be definitely all about that.
Could we technically just give both of them the cure?
Torko's got eyes all over the city, so I mean, he's gonna know when people start getting cured just randomly, and then he's not gonna be able to dispense it as he wishes.
Fine, Torkel Three Lips, you fucking bitch.
Don't say that to him. You'll make his men fight us.
I was down the hallway when I said it.
We probably could have killed them all.
All right. So you're going back to the clinic?
Minute clinic.
Well, we're gonna go out of here and then discuss as a group the merits of either decision.
All right. Well, do you want me to take you out of there visually?
No, everybody, let's just stand in the end of the hallway. This is where we're gonna.
We'll sit in the hallway within earshot of them.
Hang on, wait. I'm not gonna actually do this, but I can just.
Cast,
what
you can cast silence on them so they can't
yeah,
hear.
yeah. So they can't hear. I can't fucking find it. There it is.
Okay.
I'm not actually doing that because I'm
Okay.
not wasting the fucking point, but just for.
Yeah, you got your cone of silence activated.
All right, guys.
Do we need a boat?
Well, yeah, I guess we do kind of already have access to the boat, don't we?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: we could have 2 boats, and then we're like,
Barnabas is kind of on a strict trade schedule.
I feel like we
Yeah,
could
but it's
find
like-
another way of travel.
It's like
paying
being on a
somebody.
cruise, though.
here's the thing
Go out,
about
fuck around for a few hours.
we could get a crew. That could be good to have.
Roll insight.
But maybe what, me?
Anybody?
I find it.
Somebody else roll it.
What if
Yeah, we
What
both
if the
have no
crew is-
insight.
is loyal to Three Lips?
So Mim,
That's true.
Mim's quite certain that the crewmen that you would get would be these dwarves with the shaved beards. The idea is that they disobeyed Torkel, and he tries to put them in the most, pretty much the shittiest positions he can. And the idea is that he doesn't trust them anymore. So
So he gives us the losers or whatever.
well, it's not necessarily losers, but it's people who have disobeyed him or disappointed him in the past. So it's not going to be like, I mean, they'll
The
be able
cream of the
to,
crop.
they'll probably be able to navigate a ship all right, but they probably won't be helping you out in a fight.
We might be able to get. Maybe this will be if we cure the town, and word gets out that we helped. Maybe we'll get people who volunteer to be part of our gang. We don't have to get cast-offs from.
So the
That
crew's
guy.
gonna be dwarves. I don't know if that's really worth it.
Yeah, dwarves are kind of gross.
They don't have the.
Yeah, no. Let's just go and let's give this to Egra or whatever her name is.
Should we kill these people off here just to like tie up loose ends? Like, is he gonna cause us hell later? Like,
What end is loose? As soon as we let it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, but he's gonna be pissed at us, and maybe he'll put out a bounty for the Ruff Ryders. You never know.
I'm not
I don't know.
afraid.
This will be the second time we fucked over dwarves. You guys considered that?
Well, we are the Ruff Ryders. We ride rough. I mean, that's just all right. I'm good. Let's.
Well, hold on. Is there anything we can do to burn this place?
Can we shove a cart in front of the door? And then...
No, it's you're underground. It's stone all around. This is kind of just at the end of a tunnel. I mean, you could try to collapse the tunnel, but
they'd get out.
they are dwarves. Like, there's a
Yeah.
good chance they'd be able to get out.
They'd get out whenever their instant erection slowed down.
What
'Cause
we
they
could,
love
what we
so
could
much.
do is ask one of them to come down the hallway.
Oh no, we're not doing this again.
Well, how many are there?
In
We're not
this-
killing them. We're not doing it.
There's Torkel, the leader of the alley dogs, who has earned that position. There's Nura, who is the looks like she's quite proficient with the blade, with how she wields it, torturing this guy. And then there's 2 de-bearded dwarves at the door.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a really tough fight to do this. Let's just betray him, and then if he wants to come at us, he can do it in the open like everyone else does.
All right.
What do you guys say? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's do this.
Mim, do
Let's
you
go
agree?
to.
Yeah.
Dandy sprints in the door and runs to his sister's bedside.
Oh, what have you, my sister? All right. I'm gonna tell Hegra what we know.
Um, so you come up with her, and she seems really like amazed that you could have like such information, and then it slowly starts to click in her mind, and she's like, "Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. Like everything about my cure should work. It should work." All right.
So does now does Ryan need to help out with his ghost water or whatever?
So the water that he can create with his spell isn't good enough. Only the water that he has
I have
obtained from
the
these
pebble
pellets.
water.
So these pebbles contain a cube of water, 15 feet by 15 feet by 15 feet. So you might
Wait.
not want to just like crack it in your hand for her.
Yeah. Is there a
Who's-
location that they, I don't know, like barrels or something, or a well? Should I ask, or should
Yeah. So
I just not?
all right. So she takes you around back, and they have their own well system set up.
For this specific.
Yeah. The well currently has water in it, but
But it doesn't matter, right? Because once the water touches that water, it's kind of purified, if so to speak. Is that the deal, or
roll a
perception, or religion, or
probably
Invest-
religion, or like you could probably do like an intelligence sort of thing, or religion. That would make the most sense, I guess. All right, yeah, you're not 100% convinced that the water will turn ordinary water. It might. You like you've been so in your back, like with your before your grove was assaulted by orcs. Like when the world shattered, the healing waters of Eldritch were slowly draining, and it was kind of like your mission and everyone's mission in the grove to create enough water to keep the grove full. And although like you guys were able, like your group was able to keep the well full, you noticed that its healing effects started to diminish. So you're not convinced that that'll work.
so I can. How? Is it a lot of water? Because I'm just gonna do this in that case to like empty it out.
I mean, you could just like do a little montage of pulling out buckets and.
Okay. I need 5 strong men or women to help me get rid of this water.
All right, so Holger convinces the nurses, and
Oh, nurses, even better.
hello, nurse.
Nurse.
So
No.
they're all helping out because she's quite convinced that this will be a major breakthrough. So after a couple hours of pulling this water out, and you kind of cast your destroy water at the end to finish off the well.
Suck it up.
You toss your marble down into the bottom of the well, and it's just this whoosh, and like the water goes up and splashes back down. So this well is refilled with this just like this water that seems to almost glow, and it kind of has like a sound. It's like, oh, like, you know,
A
'cause why
holy
not?
sound.
Yeah. Just a insert generic holy sound here.
Light comes down.
All right, so she pulls out all the ingredients and starts working like with this, and like she's mixing it with like the water and everything, and she takes it inside, and she gives it to Tamir and Rug first, and it seems to lessen the effect, but it looks like it'll take more time to fully cure. But the signs are looking good for now. Da 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 da.
Signs are looking good for now.
Everyone roll perception.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Okay, so Varys, you as you've been like while you guys were like dishing out the water and doing all this work, you noticed that there was a dwarf that you saw in Torkel's lair, who was kind of keeping an eye on you, and he is ventured off.
Okay, we gotta kill that motherfucker. Guys, we got a spy. It's me telling you.
Well, I have an idea.
Do we need protection for this place now, just in case?
Let's talk to some animals and see if they can help us.
I don't want to get in trouble.
You
I'm
want
not.
to go after that dude? You want to try to go after that dude? You just want to let him go? I mean,
Well, if we let him go, I think we should at least have like somebody like we should stay here until we get this stuff out on the streets, just in case Torkel tries to manhandle it or something.
why don't we just tell the guards?
Oh, they have guards here?
Yeah. Okay. So actually, Bjorn Bridgewell, the captain of the Dwarven sector that you guys, that Dandy pricked and infected with the plague, he's actually in the clinic. He kind of looks like everyone else when he's in his sickened state without his armor, but he's kind of in the clinic, so he's in a position to get some guards there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell him. I'm just gonna be a straight up snitch. I'm gonna tell him about Torkel and all that, the whole nine. I'm gonna tell him not the part where I infected him, but the part that's about like Torkel wanting to have the cure for himself and us like interrogating his prisoner in order to find out what was up so he can make the cure and stuff like that.
Okay,
Those parts.
all right, so he talks to one of the nurses who goes off to find some of his men, and they come back and they start reinforcing the clinic.
We did it! We did it! We're UNICEF! All right.
All right.
So what do we got to do now? Wait until the cure's cooked?
Well, I mean, so you'll have to come back and check in maybe on your sister to see how she's doing or not, But you step back out and into the street, and you see that where the fire was burning in the quarantine area, there's a whole. Let's see what was it. You see the faction, the Unbroken, and what they essentially are is they are a faction who have dedicated themselves to just the practice of the shield, and they're doing essentially like a riot team maneuver to keep the infected from breaking out through this hole that has happened in the wall. So there's a lot of fighting and stuff going on. Like there's people kind of burning as like plague victims kind of burning as they break out through this area. But the Unbroken are holding pretty strong.
Well, should we tell them that there's a cure and they can just chill?
I don't know if that's really going to help the situation. It's pretty chaotic right now.
Well, I guess just let these people die.
It's up here, right? This area. This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else we can do. That seems like a difficult situation.
We in the vial, like we haven't made the cure yet, right? Like it's still
It's not completely proven. It's showing positive signs, but it's still still in the testing phase.
And
What do you thinking, Varys? I can hear the wheels turning.
I don't think it would work because, like, my brain was thinking if I could take a drop. Well, it says because for create or destroy water, like you take a drop of water, but like that wouldn't work if I wanted to say take the cure and then make it rain over top of the people.
Yeah, the cure, the water is a good element of it, but
it's not like I can make. It's not like I can make 7-Up rain from the sky if I wanted to. Never mind that.
Nah. But it's a really chaotic situation. There's a lot of like just the Unbroken holding their ground as these people who have been trapped in the quarantine zone for years and years and years, decades really, finally having a chance to escape, and they're just trying to get out of town. I mean, you guys can totally just bail on it if you want.
Well, I want to try to let them know there's a cure.
Stefan, I was thinking that too. Like, could it be a way to like just if we get their attention somehow?
I don't know how we could get their attention though if the scene's as chaotic as it seems.
Well, because I was thinking even if I cast like guiding bolt at nothing, maybe like a giant lightning bolt would shut the people the fuck up or something.
Well, does there seem to be? Should I do perception to see if there seems to be any leader among the sick, like somebody who's leading the charge?
That's a good idea.
I guess I'll do perception to see if I can tell that, or maybe investigate. What would it be? Insight, maybe. Which one would it be?
Probably perception would be good, because you're kind of scanning the scene to see. So it appears that there's a few standing behind the wall that are kind of like riling up everybody, kind of like, this is our chance. This is the only chance we'll ever have to escape the quarantine zone. They'll never help us. They'll blah, 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 and so forth.
All right.
You know what? Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm going to go to one of the ringleaders, get as close as I can get, probably like at the back of the guards or whatever, and try to cast a message to the one of them.
All right, so you kind of join the shield wall and point over top at the dude in the back. Do you want to point with your finger? Or do you want to point with like your
penis?
Whatever your well, is it a rapier right now, or what is it?
It's a cane right now.
A cane, okay.
Actually, it's currently disguised as an umbrella.
Okay.
Do those exist in this world? Do umbrellas exist?
They're gonna have to be like it's gonna have to be like one of the old like Chinese ones with like the wooden and the
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's
A
a weird
parasol.
looking-
Yeah, parasol style.
Yeah, I'm gonna point with my umbrella.
Okay.
Uh,
You want to put a spiral on it so you can like spin
So
it and
like a
try to
penguin. Yeah,
hypnotize some people.
yeah.
All right, what's your message? Right now, you
The
have the
message
ability.
We found the source of the illness. Hegra, what's her name again?
Holgra.
Holgra currently has the components for a cure, and it's only a matter of time, a very short time, that she will be able to cure everyone, and you won't have to flee to die in the woods, but you can live the rest of your lives. It just need a little more patience.
Roll persuasion with advantage. The fact that there's a mystical voice in his head right now, he's a little more receptive. All right, so he seems to kind of like look around, and he sees your umbrella that your parasol that you're kind of twirling on him. He's like, "What?" Like, okay, and he kind of calms down. He quits riling them up, but he's not really calming them down yet. You just see him kind of like wander to the back to kind of tell his friends and tell like they're gonna kind of hang back. So you still got some people pushing against the Unbroken and their shields trying to get out.
Kevin, I would like to get kind of where Dandy is, where they're blocking them,
Okay.
and I would like to cast Calm Emotions.
Ooh,
Perfect. Okay. All right. So they have this whole pinch point like at this wall, and everyone who's out there, and Ryguy just comes and. Well, you want to describe how you cast it? I'm not sure exactly how you cast it.
I'm gonna kneel down on the ground behind the guards and pray to Eldith to calm these troubled souls.
You seem to almost feel a hand on your shoulder, and then like there's like this wave that kind of comes over everyone, and they all kind of calm down, and like the murmur of a cure has kind of started in the background, and it starts to spread. The guards still kind of like the Unbroken still kind of close into kind of fortify like their position, but it gets a lot more calm of a position, and they're actually talking with some of the plague victims. Like some of the people who are in there are asking to like if there's some of their families are still alive, so that to fetch them so they can speak with them because they haven't spoken face to face in decades. So it's a beautiful moment where everybody's just kind of coming together, and although there's this wall of the Unbroken in between them, it's good vibes all around.
good work, team. And by team, I mean Varys and I. Well, now that we've brought it calm to place again, I guess we can go back to our regular scheduled adventure. How many days do we have before those dudes show up?
It's time to get back and prep. Kind of gotta put your traps in place and see if Mortai came up with a name for his pet, and
Huzzah!
see if maybe the man in the tower, Gammon, I think. See if he started ringing that bell a bunch, and maybe Mortai's gone insane.
I hope we don't have to put more
that
after all that.
guy still is just chilling out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he still can't leave.
What about the hunter with his sheep? She gone?
Navina, she's probably around, but you haven't seen her. running wild. Did you get some cheese? What are you eating?
Hulkamania.
All right, so I have these little arms. Really loud. I have these little arms to kind of indicate the traps. So kind of assess the town. You expect, actually, roll insight.
Ooh.
All right, so Rengaz is like tells you that he expects them to be coming down the main road. So like in this direction, the direction all of you are facing, actually.
So they're going to be coming from south to north, or yeah.
Yeah, correct. So the like you can prep your traps however you want, come up with a game plan, but you like they'll probably be coming the next day. So you've got 4 zombie traps that are just some arms that are ready to reach out and grab to place.
Well,
You come back and you find Mortai. He's kind of laying back in the sun, and you're quite convinced he's been laying there since you last left him, because he's not wearing a shirt, and his chest is just covered in blisters, and it's just this beet red, and it's like starting to like crack and rip and just all this stuff, and but he's lying there with like just kind of like a grin on his face, and he explains to you that like when he was locked in the dungeon, like what he longed for the most was to see the sun again, and the only thing that kept him like focused was working on his pet and to working on the creature to try and help him out. So because that was what he held on to as his motivation, he decided that it only is fitting for him to name his pet Sunshine after his biggest
Sunny
motivator.
Bono.
that's adorable. Good work, Mortai. You did really well. But you got to be careful laying out in the sun all the time, because that could damage your skin. Yeah.
So he kind of looks down, and he just kind of peels it all off and like reaches into his pouch and like kind of does some quick stuff to reattach some new, fresher stuff.
All right, man. That's cool and all, but make sure you don't do that in front of people who aren't like us, because they might be alarmed. Most people don't have the ability to replace their skin.
All right.
Sunshine.
All right.
So what kind of game plan we got here?
Well, if
So-
the Dukes are going to be coming to the front, then we should probably put traps in the front.
Well, I was almost thinking too, like if we can funnel them through like these things somehow, like if they try to come through here, putting some, you know what I'm saying?
We shouldn't have killed that snake.
Oh yeah, the snake was in here, wasn't it?
We should have left it.
We could have summoned it to be our ally as well. What do you want to do then? Do you want to try to put like one trap out in the open here to make them go around, and then put like one trap in every place you don't want them to go, so that they'll come just to one of the alleys? Because I might just go around it.
Well, I guess I'm just worried that like because there's these lanes here, and like who's to say they're not just gonna come through them? I mean, it would make sense to put some in the main path, but maybe like one on each one of these.
We only have 4.
Yeah, like so you could put 2 here and then 1 for each side path. And I mean, I feel like maybe we can, if things get
All
great,
right,
we can.
I support that plan. That's a fine plan.
I'm just
Guys, I have an idea. We can get one of them out of the way for sure. Set up a trap somewhere, like above something. Put my dick in a box down. Close it. When he opens it up, the hand can grab him.
or we could
Well,
just tell them we have a present
We
for
just
them.
grab them. And no,
I like where your head's at.
You could you can use your dick in the box as you please, but don't make it an integral part of our plan.
The bigger question is, are we going to be having Sunshine out in the open, like right off the bat, or is he like our secret weapon?
Um,
You know what I'm saying? Like, do we have him just like waiting, or is it just us, and then we can have Sunshine maybe pincer attack him by hiding over here, and then kind of preventing them from escaping if we're gonna fight him in this. You see what I'm saying? Are we gonna use him as a scare tactic, or as? I guess we could do that too.
I don't know. I think having Sunshine. I don't think that stealth is one of his strong points. So probably just having Sunshine out in the open is probably the best.
Yeah, he's a lot more of a meat shield, like pretty literally.
Are we allowed to put ourselves in strategic points before this as
Totally.
well? Okay. Then I say it would make sense too to have not all of us just standing here waiting. You know, like have one person maybe here, or
Yeah, we need to be split out in case they have like attacks that can do an alien damage.
yeah, because they could just run up and just fucking blast us with. But it also, because Kevin, I assume these hands are. We tried to hide them somewhat. They're not just like.
Yeah. I just have it set up so that you can see them.
Sure. Because even if we had people in front of the traps, like if you had, you know, so that way they come to get you and they get a hand job done.
So where do you want these? I can move these around some more.
I think that's. I mean, yeah, it's probably fine. I would actually. What? Anybody else have any thoughts? Any ideas? Any?
Sunshine's definitely in front.
We could also have. We could all just hide and have like a bucket of Polance pickles in the middle, and then they'd show up and they'd be like, "What is this? Like a pickle party?" And then that's when we
dick
kill
in a
them.
box.
Yeah, your dick in a box could be. Wait, do we
Put
have
your
a
dick in the
table?
box in with the pickles, and then,
Oh.
and then one of them will grab the wiener, and then they'll be like, "Oh no, were they all wieners?"
You just came up with like the greatest party game to have in the
pickle dick in a box.
Yeah.
Pickle dick.
Don't get the rotten pickle.
Everybody picks a pickle and then they all bite at the same time.
Yeah, it's a blindfold thing. It's like a
I'm
bobbing
biting.
for apples.
Unfortunately, I'm out of pickles.
Yeah, I think you guys turned in all your pickles to get these traps.
Kevin, I don't know if this was a trap or if this was just something the weird guy gave me, the necrotic yak back.
So that's the one where you say something to it, and when you open it, what it is it's an animated mouth and tongue that just repeats the last thing that it was told. So,
not very useful in battle.
no.
So you could say "beware" and then put it like in the middle where they have to go, and they open it. It'll be like "beware," and they'll be like, "Oh no, I'm so freaked out."
Exactly.
Or I could just say like "I need help" and then just leave it open, and then they'd just hear the same thing. But
I mean, you could have it say, look behind you, and then when they look behind you after they open it, you hit them.
Dick in the box.
Look, I don't know. We're not going to have any trip that's going to be like the best idea and then it works flawlessly. We just gotta, you know, we've done what we can to prepare.
So what do you think about Mortai? Like, what do you want to do with him?
Well,
Oh, we need more tie to wrangle in Sunshine. Like, can I ask him what he's thinking or what he's comfortable with or what his skills are?
So he kind of tells you that he wants to protect Sunshine. So he kind of he's like his powers are a lot more in the wielding of undead sorts of things. So he's probably going to be more of like a cleric type for Sunshine.
Does he
So
need-
he's like a cleric and Sunshine is his familiar.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he's pretty hardy because he kind of worked on himself before he built Sunshine. So
If we
Well,
one of
I'm
us
gonna.
dies, if one of us dies during battle, can Muay Thai revive us and then we continue on as zombie?
Let's not do that.
It might
It's
be
just
a reason enough to keep him alive.
We need to keep Mortai alive because he's our friend.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Mortai and be like, "Hey, Mortai, there's a battle coming. And things might get hairy. So if you need to defend yourself, use this." And I'm gonna hand him the dagger that I have that I never use.
Okay. A little inventory clean out.
Well, it's the only weapon I have that isn't my rapier,
Okay.
and I never did look up what the damage and attack stuff was for it, so it's pointless for me
That's
to have
fine.
it.
You can use him because your carrying capacity is maxed out. Keep you from being over encumbered.
Yeah, that's why I did it. And then I'm gonna say, does Sunshine understand us? Does he understand what we say to him?
To a certain degree. He's more receptive to Mortai for sure, but he can get some basic concepts down.
I'm gonna play him a song I just wrote for him.
oh no.
Are you giving bardic inspiration to Sunshine? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, that's not very good.
Okay.
I was just gonna sing a song where it's like, if you steal my sunshine, da, 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 steal my sunshine. I wrote that
He
song.
kind of gives you like, the perplexed dog sound, sort of.
Yeah, the dog whole thing. I guess I could give him bardic inspiration, but it seems like a waste.
So what do you want to do with? What about like Gammon in his tower?
If only we had some way to plug our ears and we just have him ring the bell and then that'd solve all our problems.
I do have silence,
Varys says yeah.
but it's only what is it? A 20-foot radius.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty dope radius, dude.
So like somewhere in that.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's
keep
that's
that
something
as
you want.
open
Yeah.
as an option, really. 'Cause then
Yeah, if it
really
comes down to that,
you have no
we'll,
idea what you're facing.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Country or whatever his name is. Hey, Gendry, if it comes down to it, if things look rough for us, I'm gonna need you to ring that bell, buddy.
So he can't actually ring the bell because where he's confined to is there, but you could give him a rope that's attached to like the rope on the bell to make it so he can ring the bell. But I mean, keep in mind that
he's a psychopath who will ring the bell anyway.
Yeah.
He loves ringing the bell.
Yeah.
Well, would he be susceptible to intimidation of any kind? Like, I don't know if it work on him. He seems to be insane.
Is the
he's
bell
pretty crazy.
Is the bell something that's like you can see it like from outside, like it's a bell tower, normal bell?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like attached to the building, but he's like with how he was confined, he's like in the main structure, but this is like an attached tower.
I guess what I'm getting at is it something we could like shoot from outside with like a spell or a
Oh yeah,
I don't know, like
totally.
like would that trigger it though? Would like if we blasted it with a firebolt, would it activate its ringing?
I mean, probably if you just
shot an arrow at it or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, you could trigger it. You can trigger it from outside with something. Sure.
Okay. Because I say we don't give him a rope. These people,
We'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah, literally. We'll die.
All right,
All
so you're
right.
pretty satisfied with your trap layout. Um,
Are we leveling
I'd
up?
say so.
Are we leveling up before this? Or
yeah.
after?
Okay. So as you're talking about this plan, you're all sitting around reminiscing about the path that that got you here. You know, escaping the slave ship, going to Polance, escaping that witch that was in that one hut who claimed to be a carpenter. You know,
That was not a witch. That was
meeting Gregory the Rat Man and watching as he sacrificed himself to try and prove himself to you.
his noble sacrifice.
The battle with Fastoff and how he escaped, and you ran into him again when he tried to prove himself his to show he was like you, Dandy, and to and as you ventured through Tuba Judy when Renga showed off his martial prowess in the ring and all that, and as this is all coming, like you're thinking about this, you're all gonna reach level 4. And so choose your ability modifiers. You get 2 points to allocate however you please, and then everyone's gonna roll a hit die and add that to their maximum hit points, and also adjust your spell slots.
Kevin, I forget. How do I know? Does my prepping? I don't know how many spells I can prep. I forgot where to look that up.
It should be under the cleric thing in the.
Yeah, it doesn't really say. It just.
It's like your wisdom modifier though. It's.
Oh, so it doesn't have to do with.
Yeah, because yours is adjusted separate. Like the cleric is separate than most everyone else.
All right, I have to look that up because I can't remember how it.
It's like the
Cleric prep. Equal to your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level.
Yeah. That's what it is.
So that means I
It'll
would
be
get
4.
1 extra prep for each.
Yeah, every time you level up, you get 1 more prepped spell.
For each level, like because I have level 2 spells now too.
I think you can prep whatever you want, but whenever you're choosing the slot that gets used up, that's when it matters. If like if you have 5 level 2 spells, but you only have a couple level 2 slots, it's like you can cast any of those spells.
I gotcha.
You know what I
So
mean?
since my wisdom modifier is 4, I'd have 8 spell slot, or I could prep 8 spells.
Yeah.
Because I'm level 4 now. Okay. Well.
But your spell slots are going to control, like that just determines like
what I can prep.
What you can prep to have ready to cast, but
yeah, correct.
The limitations are going to come from your spell slots.
Slots, correct.
So like you don't want to all prep all high level spells.
Yeah, gotcha.
I tried to update my thing, but it didn't. It didn't update the number.
I'm not. Maybe you guys can't. There might be aspects that you guys can't change.
Like the strength and dexterity in that, you have to hit enter after you type in the number.
Yeah, mine would.
So Danny, I'm looking at yours right now. What do you want to change?
I'm gonna add 1 to charisma to make it 18, and I wanted to add 1 to intelligence to make it 16.
It looks like it's.
It like my charisma one. It says 18 if I hover over it.
Yeah, that's.
But when I move the mouse, it's 17.
Yeah, that's right.
And the number is still at 3.
That's strange.
The number should upgrade to 4.
That's not what I wanted.
guess I'll do that. Oh no, that's not right.
Dandy, try rolling a charisma check just to see what it adds, like what it does to it. Because if it applies it fine, then we can figure it out later.
No.
It still does a +3. Okay.
And then I was going to do intelligence. Let me see if that one works. Nope.
Oh yeah.
But it still shows it's 16 or 18 if I hover over it, but not if I actually. Oh shit! My charisma just upgraded.
All right.
Did you upgrade it?
Yeah. I'm like kind of in the settings nested.
You're in my back end.
What do you want to... What's the other one
I
you want
guess-
increased? Intelligence?
Yeah, I wanted to make intelligence 16.
It's showing it 16 from me.
Mine's not.
All right, we'll see if that... Did that change it at all?
Nah.
All right, did everyone roll their hit dice to...
Not yet. That's just 1d8, right?
Depends on who you are.
I think that's what it is for me.
Oh, intelligence. There we go. I found it.
2?
It's you add your Constitution modifier to it. So you'll roll the hit die, and whatever your Constitution modifier is, you'll adjust it by that. Oh, and if anybody increases their Constitution modifier or Constitution attribute, when you reach the next thing, you gain a hit point for every level. So it's like you gain that bonus back for all of your back levels. All right, Dandy. I think you're in. I think you should be good now.
Hold on.
Wow, that should help.
Yeah. I did that right. It's one. Yeah, it says 1d8 per cleric level, plus your Constitution modifier.
Yeah, plus or minus depending what it is.
It is 0, so nothing. Actually, oh man. Could I guess I don't know. I was gonna say, could I go back and change that?
You want to re-roll a D8 that you rolled as an 8?
No. I'm saying like I could, instead of adding an attribute into a different category, because my Constitution, like just so I could get +1 instead of +0 is what I'm saying.
Well, it won't just be +1; it'll be +4 because it counts for each previous level. So like,
well then hell.
Like for your being level 1, if you get another Constitution, like you would have gotten 1 hit point there. You would have got another one at level 2, level 3, and level 4. So if you increase your Constitution at this point, your hit points will go up by 4.
Okay, can I do that instead? Because
Sure.
I didn't know that.
I mean, it'll add it to that hit roll. You're not changing a roll at all. You're just changing your point allocation. So
correct. Yeah. So that way, so my Constitution's now 1, so it would actually be, I'd get 12 hit points. Is that?
Yeah. Check that it doesn't automatically adjust it.
It is not changing my hit points.
Okay. So go ahead and add the 12 to it then.
Awesome.
Rengar, what's your Constitution modifier?
2.
Okay, so you got 4 hit points.
Yep.
My intelligence number went up, but not the modifier.
Really? Is it the
Yeah,
same
so
for is it the same for your charisma?
no, that one updated. Now it says 4 now.
So what should it be?
The modifier for my intelligence
Yeah.
should be 3, but it's still at 2.
All right. How about now?
Still 2. Yeah, try closing it and opening it again, see if that works.
Turning it off, turning it back on.
I work in IT after all for now until I get fired later this week.
Well,
just because your boss gets fired doesn't mean you're going to get fired.
My boss was literally fired at the drop of a hat. He makes 6 figures and they just dropped him.
Yeah,
So,
but also, do you make 6 figures? I mean, like, the way I always looked at it is when I worked in TV, like, they would always fire managers, but the lowerlings never.
hopefully that's what happens. No, it still says 2 for my intelligence modifier. I just have to remember if I use anything that uses intelligence to add 1, I guess.
Try it now.
Oh, you did it! What'd you do?
Dude,
How'd you do that?
I'm in the menus. There's literally like 100 things to look at. And like there's one thing. It's like intelligence_mod.
You did it. On intelligences.
You're smarter now, huh, Clyde?
All right. So you've done the prep work. You've installed the traps. You've kind of explained to Sunshine and Mortai what the plan is. You're kind of leaving Gammon on his own back there as he goes insane.
So could you say he's backgammon?
Yeah, he's backgammon.
No.
You'll have one long rest before the next day. Mim, as you fall asleep, you start to have this dream where you're standing on this like tall pedestal, and there's several other gnomes around you, and you're looking over this huge construction area where it looks like there's these huge trenches and like everything's like dug out, and like it stretches on for quite a ways, and like there's a gathering in the middle, and everyone seems to be celebrating like the completion of this, and it's like you're looking to the other gnomes, it's like, and everyone's really proud, and there's cheering and celebrating, and you look down and you begin to cast a spell. And that's the extent of your dream.
All right.
It's like a wet dream with spells.
Yeah.
Hey, question for everybody. When I used to cast Aid during battle, did that seem to help? That's when I gave everybody like 4 extra hit points. That seemed like a handy.
Yeah, it's awesome. It kept us alive.
Because I realize now I have a better spell that I can heal people with that I was never using. So.
Well, then I guess figure out which one you like better.
Up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It's pretty good.
like the most half-hearted boy I've ever seen. Did he? No spitting up on me. Okay. I know. Something's coming out of my ears.
You guys wearing the same shirt?
No. They're the same color. I almost bought a matching hoodie, and I turned to Steph, and I was like, well, am I the type of father that is going to buy matching coats and stuff so that when we go around, people know? We decided not. Now, his is more of a, like a long underwear sort of material. Long, I don't know what whatever.
Oh, and you got like you're wearing like a polo.
Yeah, they're both textured a little bit, but it's different. Anyways,
Okay.
all right. So, as you're set up the next day and you're sitting in there watching, you see this wagon slowly approaching. There's a cloaked figure sitting on the wagon. It's being pulled by one horse, and it's coming the direction that you expected, and it just slowly comes. And as it gets closer, you can see that it's got a chest in the back, and it also has the driver. He's just like, it looked like a hunched over like old man. There's something weird going on with his eyes. It almost seems like he might be blind or something like that. But the wagon kind of comes up. It kind of pulls up and then like turns around. And he has a string attached to him, and he kind of pulls the string, and it opens the chest. And inside, the chest is just filled with gold. You imagine this to be the 400 gold that you agreed upon, or Mim agreed upon, to bring as payment so that he would go off without a, come back home, sort of thing.
Wait, what? Yeah, wait. What did Mim agree to? He'd come back home if they gave him 200 gold.
400 gold, yeah. And he kind of scooches over, like at the reins, leaving a space for you to come sit.
All right, guys, that's where I leave with my 400 gold.
Yeah, see it, Mim. It's been good knowing you.
Have fun getting murdered.
We don't know that.
We suspect it very strongly.
So do you guys want to unload the gold from the wagon?
Yes.
I think it's a trap.
Let's use. I'm gonna use investigation to see if I can tell if the gold is a trap.
All right.
Oh no!
It's a trap.
Gee. It's a trap, guys. Back the fuck off.
So even if you get the gold, you might never pocket it because you're so convinced that it's.
Oh, come on. I can't be that dumb.
No.
Jesus.
You're convinced it's a trap. You tell everyone else you're convinced it's a trap.
Let's leave it there.
You guys gonna wave as it goes?
I tell the guy, bring my gold over here.
Yeah, have him unload it. Have them unload it.
Yes, unload it.
Yeah, have this old guy unload it.
All right, so he kind of stands up, goes in, climbs into the back of the wagon. He kind of pushes the lid closed and latches it, and he pushes it off with one foot until it just like falls and like onto the road, and then he climbs back up over and he's holding the reins again. He still left space for you, Mim. Oh, you brought me some mail? Thanks.
I think we should have Sunshine go pick up the gold and bring it over here.
No, we need sunshine. Just leave the gold there. We can deal with the gold after we're done.
Well, what are you going to do?
What are we done with? The only thing that showed up was a wagon with a dude in it.
Well, clearly something's coming. Like, they're not just going to give us gold and then be on
They
No,
want me to
they
go.
brought the gold because Mim said he would come along if they brought.
Yeah, well, he's
400
not
gold.
fucking doing it, so like they're gonna be suspecting we're gonna.
So you're gonna have to go over there and beat him to death. Sunshine needs to walk over there and beat this thing to death. Right now. And then we're 400 gold richer.
What are they gonna do? I don't know.
You guys not agree?
I honestly didn't hear you.
He's saying
wants-
Sunshine goes over there, smashes this old man on the wagon. They're 400 gold. You guys are 400
All
gold
right,
richer,
all right,
and
all right.
And we
got
get
it.
a horse and a wagon.
All right, Kevin, I'm gonna walk close to the old man, wherever the hell he is, and I'm gonna use my "What Women Want" medallion to see if I can
okay.
detect his thoughts.
He's just gonna think this dude's good. Why
Okay,
is this dude
Okay,
damn
but
way?
I'm gonna preface that with a question. Are you alone? Did they bring anybody else here?
So
So he's gonna start thinking about it, but he's not gonna answer.
So
me,
as
know what I'm saying?
as you cast as you ask the question and activate the medallion, you notice that it's strangely quiet, like around, and you're not hearing any sort of thoughts or anything emanating from this man, and you're pretty convinced that it's not even.
A person.
Yeah, you're pretty convinced it's an illusion, and then you kind of pick up on a little thing where like Dandy's like at the ready, and you hear him. It's like, oh, it's a trap! It's a trap! It's a trap! And he's like trying to think of what song to play next.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Actually, everybody can just kind of describe what they're thinking to Varys, because he's going to be hearing their thoughts for a couple seconds.
I'm thinking about where I'm gonna bury that gold.
There is no gold. There is no gold, ma'am. It's an illusion. It's not really gold.
I'm thinking about where Mim's gonna bury this gold.
Snake hole.
Oh, the snake hole! You already got him dug out. Got a nice little place in there.
Listen, Sunshine needs to go over there.
Why do you want to sacrifice Sunshine?
He's
He's
a
better
dead
than a
person. He's already died once. He could die again.
All right, Kevin. I walk up to the old man and I try to pat him on the back
So,
because he's an illusion. He's not fucking real.
so
I
like,
sense that he's
it's
not
kind
really
of
there.
it's kind of a shimmer, and he slowly like fades, and the horse starts trotting off, and as the wagon's going off, the horse starts to fade, and the wagon just kind of drifts off to the side of the road.
It's not real.
Oh my God, they were ghosts the whole time.
Is the gold still there?
Yeah, the gold's still where he kicked it off.
Is it ghost gold?
No, it's real.
It's real gold.
Put it in the snake hole.
How did? All right, I'm gonna go get the gold to move it to the snake hole.
Why we're not? Why would we waste our energy moving fucking gold when we know we're going into a battle?
All right.
We don't know that. No
all
one
right.
knew.
Yeah, we do. We've been prepared for this shit.
But he didn't
All
show
right, I'm
up.
not gonna go get the gold because I'm afraid of the battle.
Roll perception. All right, so you know, you guys are really on edge, like, because you've been waiting for something to be happen, and you notice, like, in the sky, there seems to be these very large birds. They're kind of circling around like the town, and like upon closer like inspection, they don't really seem like birds at all. They don't really seem like feathers. They seem to have more like spines around them. What are you doing? And they look pretty like reptilian in nature. But you gather that they're really like. You start to gather that they're watching this whole situation. And upon the old man disappearing and the horse disappearing, you see them fly back in this direction, and they land. And where they land, what are you doing, kiddo? And as they land, you see another figure cloaked as cloaked as well. Um, uh, he seems to be waiting for them to come back, and as they come back, he starts his approach, and he's moving at a pretty good pace, but he's coming.
Mim, did you just back off a space?
What?
I watched you just back up a little bit when you saw those guys approaching. Don't you go and hide again.
All right, so this old man, he's walking down the road now. He got onto the road and he's coming up, and he stops like just outside of like, well, where you can see right now, and he pulls out this staff, and you're kind of surprised at how swift the motion is, because he's pretty well covered, but you would assume that someone wearing like a cloak like this would be, a little bit, like elderly or something like that. But he seems to be moving quite swift, and he strikes the ground and starts dragging like the staff across it, and then he pulls back and stands there, and he calls out, and it's not like he's yelling, but you can hear his voice really well, and it's like, "Mim, it's time to go."
I reply to him.
What?
He said he doesn't reply.
I reply to him for a message.
Okay.
I say, "Get over here. I want to speak to you over here."
So he kind of shakes his head. He lifts up his staff. He strikes the ground, and the ground where he like drew this line starts to crack, but it doesn't appear to be like like dirt within this crack. It almost is glowing and lighting up as though there's like fire underneath there, and the crack continues to open. Feel free to prep any way you would like.
It's just an illusion.
So the crack starts to open, and as it's opening, he kind of steps back, still holding this staff. All right.
I'm going to.
Yep. And like you start to see like these like fingers coming up out of the crack, and like they pull themselves up, and there's these little ghouly looking guys, and they're just kind of like looking around, and they jump up, and they're watching, and let's see. And they looks like they just keep coming.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And these birds that you saw at the distance, they seem to be coming closer. One of them flies in and lands on this house, and now as it's with it being so close, like you can get a much better look at what you are seeing. And it's the spine and its reptilian wings are really prevalent now. Shigga chow chow. See?
I would just
Jeez.
I'd like to say this dude that I didn't come with him because I don't trust him, and he's doing very untrustworthy like things right about now. Really not reassuring me.
All right. So while this is going on, anything that you guys want to do to prep for battle, like if you want to cast any things like before initiative or anything like that, kind of like as a prep step.
I'm giving everybody AIDS. Who Rengar, you got kind of fucked with your HP. Oh, I'll give Rengar, Mim, and Stefan the aid.
All right.
So what do we get?
You get 5 extra hit points added to your total.
Yeah. So you
Yay.
don't change your max. You just change your current, and you have an overcharged bar.
Overcharge.
Time for a game breaker.
All right, I'm gonna do Bardic Inspiration.
All right. On who?
Does anyone in particular want it, or should I give it to Sunshine?
That's Sunshine.
I would give it to one of us.
Maybe Rengar. He's the heavy hitter. I mean,
He's the close quarters.
yeah, he's the one that's going to be getting into the bullshit.
Also, you can change your positioning based
Okay.
on what you're seeing coming out of this hole.
Rengar, you're gonna get a 4 to one of your rolls,
Okay.
and I'll keep singing. Hey hey hey
Schnard, I have been waiting for you to do the trollololo because your version of that is my favorite. So just someday I want you to do that as one of your bardic inspirations. Just
I
saying.
didn't. All right, I'll keep that in mind. I have to keep you wanting more.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I'm just, I don't want to miss it. Like I want that to be a thing. All right, is everybody happy with their positioning?
Anybody else want to move? I think this is probably a smart spot for me.
No, I'm good where I'm at.
I'm like creeping over this hand. Like I know it's here. I'm just,
Yeah.
I
You want me
be
to
able
move it
see.
back a minute, like a little bit?
No, it's all right. We just know that it's like, I'm not standing on the hand. I'm just like,
Actually, I can do this.
it's not a big deal. Like,
It's still there. I just put it on the map layer.
yeah, it's fine.
That'll be easier. I should be doing that anyways. All right, Rengar, do you want to do any like sort of prep thing? You can also prep like in a reaction sort of stuff. Essentially, you guys are going to get a free turn because you see everything that's happening. All right, so this ground finishes opening up, and you're seeing all these like little ghouly looking things like jumping out, and like they're moving all crazy, and they turn to look at this figure behind them, and he points and says, "Get him."
Oh no, we're gonna get got.
All right.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Hey, at least one of the hordes rolled a 0. Oh wait, no, I got a 9. Never mind.
It takes me a minute to put it in.
It's impossible to roll a 0 on a die.
It's not. Not if you have a -1 and you get a nat 1.
How can I have a negative initiative?
What?
It's a dexterity.
Is it?
Yeah. Any questions about what's going on right now?
Yeah, I have a question. Why is my shit so bad?
Oh.
So
What is the horde?
there's
Creature wise.
So they're like
just a group of creatures all together.
they're kind of like ghouls, but they're not. I don't know. They really give off the vibe of you're really getting like a more like demony sort of spawn thing. They're not. I don't know. They're essentially like ghouls, but like if you're looking at like the monster manual, like they're not really ghouls. they're like the demon version of zombies.
Hey, we leveled up. I forgot to pick my spells.
Well, you better do that.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, I didn't roll. I gotta add sunshine in here. All right. Any questions about like your weapons that the powers that they obtained or anything like that before the battle goes?
Let me do a quick look again.
So Varys, your mace picked up on your casting of Cure Wounds. So the ore that it was crafted out of absorbs some of that power. So you essentially get like a half power Cure Wounds that you can cast twice a day, like on touch and.
If my weapon's equipped.
If you touch somebody with your weapon, I mean, the idea is that
Okay.
it's absorbed this energy and it builds up, and then you can discharge it. And Mim, your staff
So
picked up on your chromatic orb, so it's like a half power chromatic orb, but it's on touch that you can do as a bonus action.
And this was the Sylvius weapon.
Yeah,
right?
this is the Sylvius weapon that you obtained back when you were in Rakasha, and
Yeah,
you were
okay.
fighting the dwarves down there, and that was like the special ore that they had. Dandy, yours
I'm
picked
just-
up on your disguise self form, so you get advantage on your attack until you hit. You can like redisguise your weapon, but if somebody sees you redisguise it, then you're not gonna get the advantage on them. I have no idea what you're rolling right now.
No, sorry. I was trying to click on like an empty weapon slot just so I can put the
Okay.
cure wound mace in there. I'm not actually gonna like. I just want to know, like, have it be in my weapon slot so I know it like exists.
Yeah. So in Rengar, yours picked up on your thirst for blood. So once you get that killing blow, you're gonna be juiced up for the rest of the battle, trying to calm your death fury and balance your death fury with big hits.
Cool.
So if it's half cure wound, Kevin, would I?
Yeah, you can just do your cure wound and then we'll
Then have that because I was wondering about the ability modifier.
Add the ability modifier afterwards. That would make more sense.
Okay, so it'd be like a 1d4 then would make sense as opposed to a 1d8, or just roll the 1d8 and have it because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I guess
you can do the
it's-
1d4.
Okay, make more sense. I'm just curious, because that's helpful. And that's my wisdom.
I mean, I would say if
modifier.
you prefer an 8-sided die to a 4-sided die, which I greatly do.
I know, but just like as a fairness thing, like I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's good. It doesn't matter, when your dice are digital. So
Yeah.
you can hear this strange whine cry coming from some of the ghouls as they come out.
There's a baby in the Horde's lair.
Okay.
Hey,
Everybody's good to go then?
wait, Rengar, do you have your dick in the box ready to go?
Oh my god.
Okay. Since he's not present, we can't target the actual spellcaster.
I mean,
Excuse me?
he's kind of standing off. I mean, you can target him. He's. I don't
But he
have.
doesn't.
I don't
He doesn't
really
have
have
like
a.
hit points or anything. He's just kind of like. I got you. Yeah.
Well,
Because I think what Mim's getting at is if we kill him, does all this disappear? I think that's what he's. Or like. I would assume it's not the goal.
here. There's his hit bar.
Well, I have a spell that only affects humanoids, and it wouldn't affect any of these things, but it would affect him.
Yeah, it'll affect him.
I'm not gonna do this spell thing right now because I don't trust the source that I have. It says that should have level 2 spells at this point, and I don't know if that's true.
It might be.
So I'm just gonna use the spells that I have equipped for now, and I'll do this later if I don't die.
Yeah, you have 3 second level spell slots. You had 2 second level spell slots before. Now you just
Yeah,
have
and
3.
I never got, I never did any. So
Okay.
I've had the same spells this whole time.
Well, at least know that you can cast your first level spells for slot level or level 2. Because what if you have?
I mean, there's
3
going to be
now?
a lot of creatures cycling through, and you're pretty far down on the list. So, I mean, if you want to work on that while this battle's going on, that's, kind of glance through some of the bard spells.
Yeah, but I can't find my copy of the PDF. I'd rather do that than this online thing because I don't know if the online thing is real or not.
Is it the roll
So
20 thing?
I'll just do it another time. No, I can't look at Roll20 because I'm on it.
Well, you can add a new tab and just search.
There
Like,
are no tabs. You understand?
you don't have like a browser or anything.
No, I have an old Mac that I got from work for free. No, it doesn't
All right,
really have
so you've got Animal Messenger, Blindness, Deafness, Calm Emotions, Cloud of Daggers, Crown of Madness, Detect Thoughts, Enhance Ability, Enthrall, Heat Metal, Hold Person Invisibility, Knock, Lesser Restoration, Locate Animals or Plants, Locate Object, Magic Mouth,
Oh, that sounds hot.
Phantasmal
Magic
Force,
Mouth
See
ability.
Invisibility, Shatter, Silent Suggestion, Zone of Truth. So just pick some of those.
All right.
If you search like 5th edition Bard second level spells, it should pull up a pretty good list. Good night, kiddo.
Kevin, you don't understand. He doesn't have a tab.
I have a tablet.
Yeah. So
Oh, well, wait a second. Why were you bitching?
Because I didn't know if I could trust him, and now he's named the spells, and I know the 3 that I was thinking about.
okay.
It's the first.
All
I
right.
will stab you.
All right. So this spined devil that's up on this roof. You see it start to take off, and let's see. It's so Sunshine's standing out front, so it's gonna go right at Sunshine.
I feel like Sunshine has a shitload of hit points.
So he flies in, and he bites at him. This is a +2 to hit, and another +2 to hit. Alright, so both of them hit. 2, 4. So he takes a hit, and it strikes real fast, and it flies back up onto this rooftop and doesn't trigger any opportunity. All right, so Varys, you're up.
Alrighty. I would like to. You know what? Can I do a reaction? Like if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if somebody attacks. So basically, if anybody, physically gets up here and attacks like one of these guys, I'd like to cast guiding bolt at them from the side. But I guess, is that something I can do? Like, or would it have to be something
you
more
could
simple?
set up something like that.
Basically, like I don't want to show that I'm here yet. Like,
yeah.
hiding along the side.
I mean, you can set up something like you run out and do a stealth attack on them. Like.
The fucking flying bird above your head.
Yeah, but then what's the bird gonna talk to his friends and be like, "Oh, by the way,
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
But I mean, the bird's spying on us. So, I mean, it's somehow.
Well, maybe this guy knows, but does he have like like he can talk to everybody? Fine.
You don't gather that these little hellspawn things coming out of this crevice are that clever.
The horde is mindless.
Yeah, it's pretty mindless, and there's not really. So you can set up a stealth attack. They're not really. Because it's like a group of enemies, it would be like guiding bolt would be harder to do. Whereas like.
Gotcha.
But if you just want to go in with your mace, or your sword that you have as well.
Yeah. I will do that then.
Okay.
I'll do a.
All right,
yeah.
Mim.
Let me shoot one of these goddamn birds.
All right. Which one? The close one or the far one? I didn't number them.
The close one, because he's close to me. I don't like it.
Oh, I guess you're in the same. That is a miss.
Definitely a miss.
Yeah, it's a miss.
I want to level it with my Tides of Chaos
Okay.
ability. I would have had advantage. I think I'm supposed to say that before I do it, but I just got it.
Oh, I didn't. That's not how I read it. Okay, that's a hit. It's a big one. All right, Ren guy, you're up.
So I just want to do a reaction for my boy Sunshine. Or Dandy, I guess. He's kind of close. If one of these birds flies at him, I'm going to try and punch him with my knuckles.
All right, sounds good.
Is it possible to pick up the zombie hand and throw it at somebody?
So they're not actually just like a zombie hand. It's meant to be it's kind of like a platform of multiple zombie hands. You weren't here when we were discussing it, so I'm just using these arms to kind of indicate where they're at. So they're kind of attached and ready to like grab. So it's like a kind of it's a all-inclusive trap setup, but it's, I'm just using these as indicators. All right, so Sunshine he looks up at the bird that's above him that just attacked him, and he like grabs like a 2x4 that's like sitting on the ground and hurls it. It completely whiffs, and this horde comes. These ghouly things come running up, and they're just going straight at Rengar. They're going straight at you, but they get all tangled up in these like zombie arms. So like they're pretty well impeded, and they're not gonna get an attack off on you.
Nice.
Would that count as an opportunity for me to do the stealth attack or no?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
So
So you get advantage, and then you also get the stealth attack modifier, which it adds. I think it's like a critical hit, so it adds like.
So if I'm using my mace, how do I roll advantage with it? Do I just roll it twice, or?
Yeah, just do the attack roll twice.
Or do I now? That's to see if it's a hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I assume
It's a hit.
is.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter.
So, like this group of ghouls, you get in the mix, and you come and you smash one of them, and it gets he just like falls back destroyed, and then like there's another one coming up, and you smash him, and he falls back. So, but like this group is still there, but like you're killing them off as a part of it.
So was that only 4 damage then?
No, that was 8.
But wasn't it just advantage? Like I rolled twice just to see what the advantage was.
Oh no. The you have advantage on your advantage on your attack, like to hit.
I gotcha.
And then, but because it was a stealth attack, I was saying double your.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. I just wanted to make sure just to see how much health that thing had.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So Mortai kind of comes up behind Sunshine, and does some real, like, you're amazed at how fast his hands are moving, and he does some quick fixing on him to get Sunshine back up to. And this next horde charges in at you, Varys, and Rengar, I'm going to say that can trigger your reaction that you have setting up, so you can move up and attack them.
Oh, there's more Mongols coming.
That's a hit for sure.
I don't know. It does work. I don't know if it's right, but it works.
1d4 plus 3 strength. Yeah, that's right.
So do I just get that one hit with the knuckles?
No, you can do both your attacks.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm doing. Yeah, that's a hit as well. These guys are pretty easy to slay.
It's a D4 plus 3.
All right, so that's 13. So you start punching out like these little guys, but they're not quite enough blood in them to satisfy your knuckles requirement. But probably once you kill this whole little grouping, you'll be good. All right, so that means we're down to the other bird. All right. So this the spine devil it comes flying in, and it's gonna go at Varys. You're close to it. It gets
Oh my god.
it gets a +2 on these. So it misses as it bites at you. But is that a hit? No. Okay. Oh yeah, with a +2. Yeah. So it hits you with its tail as it flies past.
Okay, so how much? I'm sorry, 2 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Dandy, you're up.
Okay. So how tough is the horde? I gather it's not too tough.
Not very tough. Pretty easy to hit. Not too tough. They're just still coming.
Is the birds tough?
They're hard to
Rengar-
hit because they keep going up and landing on the roof, so they're kind of flying in, striking, and then landing off to the side.
Well, I think Rengar hit him for like what 14 damage or something like that, or Tim did, or who was that? Was that Tim?
Yeah, Mim did.
Sorry.
All right, I picked my second level spells. I think I only have one of them equipped. It's going to be Shatter,
Okay.
Shadooby.
and I'm going to shatter the bird that hasn't been hit yet.
Okay. Do you?
Do you want me to read you what it does?
I do not. I can pull it up. I can look at it though.
Here, I can read it. I have it up.
Okay.
It says, a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has a disadvantage on this saving throw.
All right. So it has a +1 to Constitution.
Okay.
That's a fail. So go ahead and roll your 3d8.
Okay. Oh, and it was within range because it's a 60-foot range, and then there's nothing within 10 feet besides it, so no one else
Yeah,
gets
because it's
hurt.
on the roof. Yeah, you're good.
Well, barely. Okay, that's fine. It's dumb, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just better than nothing. It's 8 damage.
All right. So it looks like it took out about a third of its health or so, and we're gonna go back up to the top where the first bird. Mim, because you cast that chromatic orb at it, it's gonna fly down to you, and it has a +2 on these two. What does your blue do? Is it disadvantage on these?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's a miss with its bite, and then it's gonna do its tail thing. Oh well, that's a miss. So it actually comes down and tries to hit you with its tail, and as it misses, it kind of like clips like the wall, and it kind of lands behind you. So it's not up on the roof anymore. This next horde comes rushing in. I'm gonna say it has advantage. All right, so as all these as the parts of these all these ghouly things are swinging at you, a lot of them miss, and a couple of them are able to hit you, but it doesn't seem to be like you were able to shrug off a lot of the attack. Just give me a minute. Alright, so... Alright. Alright, so take, what is that, plus? 2d6 plus 2. 2d6 plus 2, so 5 damage. Rengar. Oh, I could have added it there. Alright. And so now, Varys, you're up again.
Alrighty. I'm gonna. If I turn like to or attack this guy, it's not like he's gonna get an attack of opportunity or
No, no,
anything. Because
no.
I'm not. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
It's only if you like move to
Run away.
disengage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me make sure this will work. I would like to cast Inflict Wounds on this gentleman here.
Okay. Holy balls. Oh, that's the damage.
Yeah, how do I do this again? What is it?
Do they make a save?
It says make a melee spell attack against a creature you can reach.
So essentially do
Just click my mace, maybe? Like, would that help?
except it's your wisdom. Click on or not a wisdom. What's your spellcasting one? Is it your wisdom?
I think it's my wisdom. That's what I have highest.
So go ahead and click a wisdom
on
check and make sure that it does like the proficiency. Yeah, that's a hit.
I'm gonna reach
Yeah,
out.
so it'd actually be higher than that. Yeah, so you melted them.
I like melting things. My hand's all gooey now.
Yeah, so you reach out with this death group, and as they're kind of like the horde's kind of clawing at you, you just kind of like swipe through them, and like they kind of fall apart, and like this goop cuts them in half as you're just kind of waving your hand as you pass through them. All right, so Mim, you're up.
I see you're a kill stealer.
Well, you can get the guy to your left, buddy.
There's little boaties beside us. Spinosaurus.
Yeah, there's a Spinosaurus beside you.
So I guess I'll use my staff ability. I bonk him on the snoot.
Do you want to do an attack and try and add it to it, or do you just want to do it like a?
I'm just gonna bonk him on the snoot.
Okay. Roll the 3d8 and divide it by 2. And that's as a bonus action, so you can take another action if you want after that.
Five.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna Dilophosaurus. So
Okay. All right, so he gets a +1 on a Constitution. That's pretty good. Yeah, so it kind of puffs its wings to blow the wave out. All right, so Rengar, you're up.
Here we go. Knuckles on Horde 4.
That's a hit. That's a
That's
crit
a
hit.
hit.
So roll the damage twice. Okay. I'm gonna add 3 to that because it'll be
Yeah.
so 13, 18. So you're just kind of mowing through these hordes, just like knocking them out, punching off heads, and all that good stuff. And so all this like with all this like commotion and whatnot, nobody explained to Janie what was going on. So she kind of steps outside, and she kind of looks. She looks towards the cloaked figure at the end of the road, and the cloaked figure kind of points to her, and his eyes almost seem to like glow this like red. And she's making this. All right, so she kind of holds her head like she, someone's like screaming at her, or something like that. But it's really strange because that she's a deaf woman, so like she kind of holds her head, but she's able to like shake it off, and she ducks back inside.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
All right, Sunshine's up. He's gonna run up and attack these dudes. All right, so he starts smashing them and pounding them and slaying his way through them. All right, Horde 1 is up. Horde 2's dead. All right, so they're kind of breaking free. Like some of them are breaking free from the grass, and Varys, they're gonna come at you.
I'm ready.
Right,
I'm not ready.
I'm kind of saying they have advantage because like it's hard to defend against so many. And 2d6, 2. So take 11 damage.
Jesus Christ!
I know I rolled it for Rengar and got like 5.
Come on. It's an 11, right?
Yeah. All right. And you notice towards the hole that the it seems like these ghouly type things are stopping. They're not coming out as much, but then you start seeing these little critters coming out, and they jump out, and they've got these wings, and you notice that they have this tail on them. It's like it almost looks like a scorpion's tail, and they climb out of the hole, and that it's like as they start to dart, they kind of do like a quick like shimmer, and they through their wings, and they turn invisible. So
What now? We have an invisible flying scorpion monster?
yeah, a couple of them.
Awesome.
All right, so Mortai's kind of hanging back behind Sunshine, just keeping an eye on him. This next devil thing comes down. It sees its buddy getting messed up, so it's coming at you. So this is a +2. So both of those hit. Alright, so 2d4 for the bite. 333 or 334. Sorry, I rolled an extra time. So take 10 damage, Mim. And Dandy, you're back up.
If I have 3 spell slots in a level, that means I can cast the spell 3 times of that level.
Correct.
All right. Well, I don't like that Mim's getting ate by these devil birds, so I'm gonna do what do you call it again? On the one that's on the roof there, I'm gonna do shatter again.
Okay.
Should do.
Quite a note.
So I'm pretty sure it's a Constitution save, so it's a +1 on the.
Hit both of them with it, can't you?
What's your casting is
14, I think is what. Or wait, no. What is it you want to know?
It's your charisma modifier, so it's 8 plus your charisma modifier plus your proficiency. So I think that's a hit.
But isn't it affects creatures within 10 feet? So if you did it,
That one
Between
flew.
them.
That one flew back up on the roof, so you'll be okay, man.
Yeah, it's not within 10 feet of you.
but aren't they within
Well-
10 feet of each other?
Huh?
Aren't they within 10 feet of each other if you do it between them? Like you could hit them both?
Mm,
Or is that building taller than that?
Oh yeah, I guess I could hit right between them, and then that one space behind them, so that it doesn't hit you. I could try to do that.
I'll allow it.
All right. So what do I have to roll to do this spell attack?
So they are making Constitution saves.
Uh huh.
I was just looking at something real quick.
It would be. It's a base of 10, and then you add your.
That was a base of
Modify-
8. What's your charisma bonus, Dandy? It's +4, isn't it? Or your modifier?
My charisma modifier is 4.
Yeah. So 8 plus 4 plus your proficiency bonus. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's essentially base 10 plus your. Yeah. All right. So those both hit. So go ahead and roll 3d8 twice.
Oh, one for each of them.
Yeah. Actually, no. Probably just roll it once. They probably both take the same damage. Because that'd probably be how powerful
Okay.
it was. Okay.
Yeah, this is how powerful the one go is.
All right. So that one's done.
Yo, I used my Constitution to make thunder. Ah.
That one's pretty messed up. All right. So now we are down to back to the top. The dead bird isn't gonna take a turn. This horde's attacking you, Rengar, and I'm gonna give it advantage.
Finally,
Ooh,
I'm
that's a
not
hit.
Damn.
This could be big. That's a lot of damage.
18.
Yeah.
You're not dead, are you?
No, I have
Okay.
32, and I had
Alright.
37.
All right.
Now I'm at 14.
Well, we're both in the same boat.
What happened?
All right. So those hordes got some
What
pretty
the
nasty
hell?
claws when they get you. All right, Varys, you're up.
All right. Hey, is anybody else hit? Mim, did they hit you over there?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I gotta check something here. Oh, good. You're in the circle. Well, I'm gonna. Dandy, you haven't been hit, have you?
Nope.
Yeah, nothing touch me. I'm the best.
All right. Well, I'm gonna prayer of healing. This works, right? The 6 creatures of your choice that you see within range regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spell casting modifier. It doesn't look like a heal.
You can't heal Sunshine or Mortai.
Correct, but they don't need it anyways. So I'm gonna target Mim, me, and Rengar.
Okay.
And I'll just.
All right. So 8 plus. Is
4.
your modifier still 3, or did you up it to 4?
What was this? My wisdom?
Yeah.
My wisdom was always 4.
Oh, it was always 4? Okay. So
Yeah.
everybody's going to... So, Renguy, you
12.
get 12 back. Varus, you get 12 back. Mim, you get 12 back. Mim,
And don't forget if you.
Yeah, you still
if
have
you,
those extra... What is it, 4? So you can go
Yeah.
beyond your top by 4 hit points.
Extra 5.
5 hit points, okay.
So that helps.
And, Mim, you're back up.
Nope.
So, you're so the second bird is the second spine devil is almost dead. You're cutting your way through the horde pretty well. Those imps that turn invisible, you're not really sure where they're at right now, and this cloaked figure is still just standing on the other side of the crevice.
I'm gonna kill this other slimy devil.
Okay. That is a hit. All right. Do you want to describe it?
I shoot it. I flatten the orb into a disc and throw it at it, but it dodges and it says, "You stupid monkey!" But then it comes back around and it cuts him in half when he's not looking. And then he dies.
Excellent. I'm sure it's gonna come back with someone's gonna rebuild it with all these robot parts to fight you later. All right, so Renguy, you're up.
Oh my! I'm using that 4.
I mean,
That's
vehicle.
okay. You use the 4. That's a hit.
No way! On the nat one, you're welcome.
Oh, not 1.
Thank
Ooh. Okay. I'll allow it still. I shouldn't have. I wasn't thinking about that being a nat 1. I was just looking at the number. That's quite the song, Dandy.
I know.
That's a hit. Oh, so close.
Is it close?
There's
I'm gonna
one
get a
left.
point there
Okay.
for the. I think it's Fury of Blows.
Yeah. All right. So the one ghoul that's left, he's looking around all his fallen brethren. You come in and you want to describe it?
Yeah, I do the down B button for Donkey Kong and Super Smash Bros. And smash the ground.
Okay.
What? Come on.
Oh, Mim rolled that. Oh, that's you were doing your wild magic.
Yeah.
You can roll it again for the other chromatic orb. I don't know if you did it before. All right, so Renguy, you finish him off, and as you smash the ground and shatter him into pieces, you have all this like dark black blood running down your hand, but your knuckles still seem to be just shining Like it doesn't appear as though that they've the blood that was covering them seems to have disappeared, and you'll get +1 on all attacks and +1 on all damage for the remainder of battle.
Nice.
All right, so who's up next? Sunshine. All right. So one of these, all of a sudden, right beside right beside Sunshine, this imp kind of appears, and its tail lashes and goes right at him. And I'm gonna say it hits him. 1d4 plus 3. All right, so the blow hits Sunshine, but it's the poison that accompanies it seems to have like no effect. But, you can see from the blow where it struck that there's just all this like poison dripping out. So heads up for that too. The cloaked figure in the back, he turns and casts his gaze onto Mim. Mim, make a I think it's a wisdom. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Should I roll for that kill?
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that, Rengar. All right, so as he looks at you, Mim, you start to hear these like murmurs and stuff in your head, and as though he's trying to influence you, he's trying to charm you, he's trying to do all these things, but your mind seems so clear, and it triggers this a memory, like these murmurs that are coming forth. So like all of a sudden, like you have this flash, and you're back at this you're back on this podium sort of thing, overlooking in your dream. But this one doesn't feel like a dream. This one feels so much more like a memory, and you're back there, and like you and all these other gnomes are casting these spells, and you see these traps like kind of like envelop around all of the workers, and you start to see them just like be sacrificed by different types of magic and all these other things, and like it's just like hundreds and hundreds of workers are just like falling, and like blood's everywhere. There's lightning is shooting around. It's just a mad, just smorgasbord of magic being cast, and as they start to fall, like these murmurs start coming. They almost seem like they're emanating from your tattoo, and as you see everyone else, and like it almost seems as though they're starting to like feel something as well. And some of the gnomes that you have knew for their entire lives, that like they tend to be on they're a little bit more weaker minded. You see them start casting this magic, and they're casting it on themselves. They're doing this like self-sacrifice, and you feel the murmurs, and they're getting stronger and stronger. Like as these gnomes perish, like left and right, like you're starting to these murmurs are turning to whispers, are turning to like just a voice, and you're hearing this voice, and it's just compelling you to cast this spell against you, but you still have your wits about you. And resisting this guy's spell triggers the last thing that you remember from your old life, and it's you're quickly casting this other magic, and you put your hands to your head, and you let loose this mixture of illusion and electroshock, and just you realize that you were the one that shattered your own mind. You were the one who stopped this influence to resist these murmurs, to resist this power that was trying to take over the gnomes and take over everyone that was around you. And it's you, much like you resisted then, you're resisting now, and it's just. But it was a different life back then. It was before your mind is shattered. So now, you're somebody totally different, but. You had that nice little memory.
All right. Before the owls were shouting.
Yeah. So, ta-da! Backstory. But keep that in mind. That's your vision, so you can choose to share how much you want with anybody else, if any. But anyways, so you resist that. Sunshine. He kind of reaches out, grabs that imp, pops his head off.
What? Nice. Good work, Sunshine.
All right, Varys, this horde's going to attack at you. It's a hit.
Oh.
Damn, dude. 13.
Oh, no.
It's going back down.
Is that 15? That's like I just keep my cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Varys, you better back up and let a music man in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you could
Let in the music.
squeeze
All right.
in here. I feel like. Well, if I run
All right,
away,
Dandy,
I'm
you're
just gonna
up.
get attacked. So.
Keep in mind that this horde 1, it's still in that trap, so you have advantage on attacks, Adam. You also have, but Dandy, you also have advantage still because you're carrying around this parasol. I'm assuming it's still a parasol unless you changed it.
Yeah, it's still parasol.
Okay.
They don't know it's a sword yet.
Yeah.
Yarg. I'm going to go at these guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So roll to hit with advantage.
I will. If I can find where it is.
That's a critical hit.
Yay.
So go ahead and roll damage twice.
What do I do? Just click the... What do I click to do it twice? I guess just the damage
Yeah,
thing.
just roll the damage. That's fine.
No, that's the wrong thing. All right,
Yeah.
I'll just do it myself.
All right. All right, so you come in with this umbrella, and you seem to like wipe it around you. You can describe it. You're gonna wipe them out, kill off.
I come out with my umbrella, and I'm like, looks like it's going to be raining blood. And then I just whip it around. While I do I try to be really like fancy, moving my hips around like I'm a dancer.
Do an acrobatics check.
What? But it doesn't have to look good. It does not look good.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right, so you finish. So you slay that horde, and the figure you see at the back, as like as these people are falling, he's watching. He's watched as his spine devils have fallen. He's watched as his hordes have fallen. He knows he still has some imps on his side, and actually an imp, just as like I'm saying this, an imp crawls out of the hole, and he grabs it, snaps its neck, and takes some of the blood and like wipes it on his face. And as he wipes it on his face, like he throws his cloak back, and as he throws his cloak back, you see that he's got this deep red skin, and he's got like these small horns protruding out. He kind of flexes, and his like the wings that he seemed to have been magically hiding kind of like spread out. He's covered. He's got this armor, and he's looking at you with like this death glaze, and he's got he pulls his staff to his side.
Is it devil?
Are we about to have a rock off?
Yeah. And so there shines a shiny demon, and he's looking right at you. And keep in mind, I'm using the image that I have is more for flavor, not as a exact depiction. But
Danny, you should definitely challenge him to a rock off.
I could.
Let's see where are we at in this lineup. Dandy just went. So going back up to the top. All right. All right. So there's a few more imps scattered around. But it seems that you've defeated his minions for the most part, and next time when we come back, you'll have to challenge the real thing. So,
Oh no!
The demon code prevents me from denying a rock-off challenge.
all right. So Dandy will probably start off next time with a song, and we'll pick back up and see if Sunshine can keep his killing streak going. See how these imps are really going to come into play, and how many exactly are coming out of the hole, since they appear to be able to turn invisible. We'll see if Janie remains hidden in her house. We'll see if Gammon ever gets to ring his bell again. And ultimately, we'll find out a little bit more about the Agents of V, and we'll see what Mim decides to reveal. So
Next, Dragon Ball Z.
Tenacious D. Jack Black, special guest next week.
yeah, I'll do what I can. I'll see if I can get him in here.
Well, he is. What's going on?
All right. So thanks for stopping by.